That's what I want to know, because what is it like to being married to, a hardcore Marine?
Well, I think it's kind of hard at the first, not even few years, maybe 5 or 6 years, because he's really like, more like, he's treating me like one of his uh, platoon. I said, so many times I'll tell him, don't treat me like one of your platoon because I'm not a Marine. I said, I'm your wife. So even my daughter, she said that I'm not gonna join military because I've been in the military for the rest of my life. So it's really hard. But later on he come down and a little bit loosen up.
Yeah.
But I'm really, I'm glad that I married him.
33 years, something has to be right. You can't make it through 33 years.
And
That's just
also,
incredible.
as long as I guess to me, as long as I let him think that he's always right, everything is good to go. So I heard one of the pastor's wives said, okay, he might be the head, but I'm the neck. So he said, who's moving what?
Can I interject one thing? Let me say this. What helps us more than anything else is we're both Christians, and we got something that's when we both disagree on something, we got something that goes to say this is the final authority, this is the way you go, and that's the Bible. And so that's what we base our relationship on is the Word of God, and that's what's made the difference in our relationship. Because I know when I'm treating her wrong, this is God's daughter, and so I don't brag on this. I've been married for 33 years, but I've never cheated on my wife because of the Word and because of the Lord in my life. So it makes our marriage such a great thing together. But it also helps too the persons you're with that they suit your personality. Okay, they bond together. It's very important.
Yeah. So I have a question. Like, through the 33 years of being together, what is the most challenging things that you have been through in your marriage, and what are the things that you did to keep being together and to go through all of that? And yeah.
That's a very good question. With my wife, let me just do my wife and my daughter. We have 2 sons, a previous relationship, and I have my daughter by my wife. With my wife, the hardest thing with her has been the cultural differences. She's been a Filipino and I've been an American, and I had to really adjust to that. Some of the small stuff, like I would always ask my wife, I would be talking to her, and then when I say something to her, she used the huh, and so huh to me means she didn't hear me, so I would repeat myself. Well, you do that about 50 or 60, 70 times a week, you'd be like, my wife must need a hearing aid or something wrong with her ears. But I found out it was just a part of her culture saying huh, not asking that she didn't hear me, but just she said huh out of.
Yeah, we're going there, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And so when I finally found out, oh, she don't want me to repeat myself, it was like, oh my goodness, it was a load off my back because I don't repeat myself anymore. But just the cultural differences makes. But as long as you understand the culture of the people, because Filipinos have a rich culture, it really helps you to bond. And I will just say one other thing. I may throw this in here. It's like when I was here, America has what they call public space where you don't park at, it's public space. Filipinos, for the most part, don't have that mentality. Their public space, they figure wherever they at, that belongs to them. It's like a Jeep or vehicle would break down. Let's say a local in the middle of the street. Well, he may fix that vehicle in the middle of the street because he considers that his space because he's there. Whereas an American mentality would be like, no, you should put it to the side. So we were able to understand each other's culture, which made us come together even closer because we understand the culture. And that's so important that you understand the Filipino culture. And likewise, she understands my culture.
Right.
So y'all are seeing it, guys. A couple has been married for 33 years, American Filipino. And, the things that it takes. You know, Bea and I will be married 6 years, right? This April, on April 30th. And we're going through the same types of things, even though he's 33 years married. We're just 6 years married. No, 7 years. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm about to get in trouble here. 7 years married, 8 years together. I mean, time flies. So 7 years married, 8 years together. And, you know, we're still doing the same things. It's just different cultural things. But just like Morris said, it's the temperament of both of us, and just like you two, that really made our relationship easy. I mean, I'm just lucky, and maybe Morris, you might feel like you're lucky too, because I'm sure you've witnessed, you know, a lot of American Filipino marriages that didn't work out, and some were even disasters. So the key is to finding a good woman. And one thing that Bea has in common with this couple here is that being Christian, really, if they're following it for real, you're going to have a good woman. You're going to have a good woman, because, you know, all of the dynamics of a relationship are there and respected. Not just there, but respected. And it makes dealing with life and just every day so much easier. So there is hope for a lot of guys, but you really have to get the right woman. And Morris had a little bit more drama than me, because I came for one and that was it. I knew by that time. I just lucked up, guys. It's not that easy. But, you know, that's a bond there. And maybe that's like a window of something you can look for if you are looking to come here for a woman. But there's so much more in the Philippines if you're coming just to retire. And something like that, you'll meet somebody eventually. That's going to come. So it doesn't have to be forced.
You've lived in the U.S. for how many years? How many?
me?
Yeah, like both of you.
25 years.
25 years. So tell us something about that. How was it like for you,
Yeah.
Lydia, since you came there? And yeah, so tell us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went there in, you know, I think I was not working for a whole year. And the only thing my highlight of my day, every day, is when the mailman's dropping off that's the only time I can go out actually, because
Okay.
it's too hot in where we live. So I'll be like in the window like 3 o'clock. I said, oh my God, the mailman is here. So I run there and come back. So anyway, I kind of like and don't like. You know, like I don't like the thing that I work the whole time I was there, you know, because you need to work, you know, to help out my husband. And so I don't really enjoy being in America, especially when my daughter is growing up. I cannot spend time with her because I need to work. You go to work every day, you pick her up from daycare, you bring her at home, you cook, you know, everything, wash the dishes and go back to sleep. And every day is like that. Every day like that. So I regret that, you know, I wasn't able to spend time with my daughter while she's growing up.
Yeah.
But I was glad that I worked, and I was glad that at least America will not force you, but will make sure that you're paying your tax. So someday when you retired, you have SSN. So that's one thing that I like America, because they don't, you know, they don't just let you, okay, I won't pay tax, but they kind of deduct it from your things. But I was glad that I went there and I was able to experience, and also like what I was telling you about, when you're from the small pond or small river, you went out in the ocean, and at least I'm not that young. I was in my 30s. So there's some, you know, that it's easily for you to really actually kind of, you know, there's a lot of good looking
Men out
Men
there.
that you see,
Yeah.
especially on base, they're all Marines, you know.
They look good in
And
that uniform.
yeah, you really need to be strong with your faith in God, and you need to be strong with love with your husband. That no matter what happened, that it's present in front of you, that you will be faithful to Him,
Yeah.
that you will strong, that you're gonna stay with Him. So that's happening. And never come to my mind, oh,
You're
there's
gonna
a
leave your
good-looking
husband.
guy,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna leave him.
Yeah.
Can I say
So,
something?
yeah.
Because that parallels to how it is for, say, me or any man here in the Philippines. Because we're here, and there are beautiful Filipinas everywhere. And if you don't have, a strong relationship, or, your bond is really strong, it could be easy to stray, too easy to stray here. So it just hit me right there that, wow, what you're saying is like the reverse of me coming here to this country. And, I tell Bea, I look, they're right in front of me. I can't help but seeing them, but, I'm not over there trying to dip out and, go over there. And I'm honest with her. I'm not going to lie and say, no, hun, I don't look at any other women. They're right in front of my face. So, it's just, having a good bond with somebody and a strong bond, and it just makes you strong. It makes you strong.
Okay, and that's the thing also, like now people are saying don't bring your Filipina back to the US because this is what's gonna happen, like what Lydia is saying, that a lot of men are gonna come after you, and she's gonna leave you, and she was fully committed to him, and her faith in God, that commitment is very important to her. So that's good. How about
Thank you.
I want to revert back to something I said earlier. If you do the proper thing in making sure you got the right woman and really getting to know her, you can know what you got. I mean, if she's unfaithful here, she's going to be unfaithful there. So I made sure that I did my proper due diligence to find out what kind of person this was. So I want to say something to you guys. I was a bodybuilder, and as a bodybuilder, there's some things you don't put in your mouth. There's certain foods that you eat, and I'm, being a Marine, or having been a Marine, it was very disciplined. But the same token that I don't put anything in my mouth, I don't associate with any people that are not reputable, true blue. And so I just want to say this much: this couple here are real. That's what drew me to them when I first saw them on Black Filipino. There's just something about them that says, something. They had something about them that was different. I mean, their story, how they went through the COVID and still rebounded, And so they're good people, and they're real people. So if you want something that's truthful, not something that's pretentious, they're real. And that's what I like about them. They're, like I said, they're family, but they're true blue, and they're real. And what they're telling you, they're not just saying it, they're doing it. So you really have tuned into a great couple that can really help you if you plan on coming over here to live with you.
Thanks for that, Morris.
Yeah.
So heartwarming. Yeah.
It makes us feel good that somebody recognized that we're just being ourselves, and for you to come and confirm it, it's very kind of it makes you happy. It's a happy feeling.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I do. I'm happy. I wasn't expecting that, at this early in our vlogging journey, that we're gonna be meeting our subscribers, and we'll meet new friends, and we bonded well, and so I'm really happy about you guys coming in here, and I'm confirming that, that we're true.
Said, how much you want to give me for the land? I'll give you 1,600, I think it was. He said, you must be crazy. So we bought 2.5 acres, which is 1 hectare here, for $1,600.
That's crazy.